We detected an unusual trade worth $1.3 million on Visa stock, ticker symbol V. And what's also very unusual about this is that Visa reports earnings on January 30th in a few weeks. And so in this video, we will analyze this unusual option activity to find out if this wealthy investor is bullish and buying Visa before earnings or bearish and selling Visa before earnings. Because as we all know, the rich have more access to information, including leaked insider information, such as earnings reports, to make better financial decisions. No wonder the rich get richer. And so without further ado, let's dive into the data as usual. As we can see here on the options, time, and sales tape, 3,032 contracts were being traded at the same time at 11:07 at the 11-second mark for these February 21st options at the 325 strike calls and the 340 strike calls. Now notice that at the same time there were also these trades happening as well. And these were the January 17 options at the 320 strike calls, and also for the same February 21st options, but we have 263 contracts. So these need to be added up over here to get the total contract quantity. And these January 17 options that expire tomorrow, based on our analysis, are actually closing trades. So we do not need to factor these into our calculations as to how much the new opening trade was worth. And so you can see here 3,032 plus the 263 is 3,032 contracts plus the 263 is a total of 3,295 contracts. And since we have a price over here that they were being traded at, we can figure out how much each of these trades cost. 562 subtracted by 156 is 406 per trade. We need to multiply by 100 since each option represents 100 shares of stock. And that is why it is not 4.06. And now we multiply by the total contracts, which was 3,295, to get a total trade cost of $1.3 million. But keep in mind, earnings is coming up in a few weeks. So this is a higher risk trade in comparison to the trades that we shared on our website. And so if you want access to the lower risk, higher probability of profit trades, then go to our website. We'll put a link at the top here where you can gain access to better trade ideas that the wealthy investors and potential insiders are trading, because not all of these unusual trades will be profitable. Some of them will be a loss. But as long as we diversify into higher quality stock picks based on strong data analysis, then we can become profitable in the long term. Now, how did we know that these options were new opening trades instead of closing trades, which is what a lot of other websites and scanners incorrectly report on? Well, if you take a look at these options at the 325 strike calls, the open interest is less than 3,295 for both of these options, also at the 340 strike calls. And so we know that these trades being done today at the volume are new opening trades and not closing trades. And so that is very important to analyze, to make sure of, because we do not want to follow closing trades. And that is why a lot of other websites or scanners get this wrong when they analyze unusual option activity. And that is why we are also in this same position here. POS stands for position, green means buy, and red means sell, where we had also bought these 325 strike calls and we sold the 340 strike calls for the 406 as we had just calculated. And so when we analyze this trade, we can see here on the risk profile where the x-axis represents the share price of Visa stock is currently trading over here, and the y-axis represents the profit loss. Note the zero break even line here And so when the shares are trading below it, it becomes a negative loss. If it trades above it, it becomes more positive profitable, because this is a long bullish trade. And we can confirm it here on the Greeks. We have a positive delta trade. If it was a short bearish trade, it would be a negative delta. But be aware of the risk on this trade. We have a negative theta trade. And so as time goes on, this trade will decay in value. You can see it starts to drop down. The purple line represents the current date. The blue line represents the expiration date. And so as time goes on, this trade will lose value. And that is why this break-even line actually shifts upward as we approach earnings. And so you can see here at expiration, the stock needs to trade above $329 per share for this trade to be profitable. And if it does reach max profit on the blue line here, you can see max profit, which shows up in this box right here, is $1,094 per trade. And so we can calculate the risk to reward ratio on this trade by taking the max profit of 1,094, which is the reward, divided by the risk, which is the cost of the trade, 406, because it is possible we could lose 100% of the cost of each trade. And so we divide that out to get a ratio of 2.69, which means we could potentially make 269% profit on this trade. So the reward is very much in our favor. And so that is why we also traded this, but we use position sizing to manage our risk, because this is a higher risk trade in comparison to the trades that we share on our website. Keep that in mind. If you want access to lower risk, higher probability of profit trades, make sure to go to our website. We'll put a link at the top here, where you can also learn option strategies that reduce risk while increasing profits. Let us know in the comments below. Do you think Visa stock will go up after earnings, or do you think it will crash down? As usual, please smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't. Take care and have a wonderful day.